I think Dallas was so well embraced around the world just because, the characters were very, they're very defined, very unique. It was everything was over the top and big and elaborate, and the actors were so good. I mean, the brother dynamic between Bobby and JR was always, it was very, very real and intense, and they both cared about each other, but they just were at each other's throats for years. And I think people can relate to struggle and problems and issues within family, but a lot of people don't get to, deal with issues that are on that level of billions of dollars and which brother's going to be kind of the guy sitting at the table, or sitting at the head of the table. And it's a very kind of just glamorous thing that I think people just the timing was perfect for a show about this Texas over-the-top lifestyle and money and cars and beautiful women and blackmail. It was just kind of a juicy, fun show.
And it was a primetime soap opera. It was like the first time you ever saw a soap at night, and in 1978 it was such a huge hit, and we didn't have DVRs, we didn't have anything to record, so you had to be at home, you had to watch the show, and I think that that's how the audience grew, and people grew up with this show.
We were in a recession in those days, and people had to stay home because they couldn't go out and have dinner and a babysitter and a movie. That would be $50 in those days. Now it's $150, but same situation. We're both in kind of recessions now at that time and this time. So they'd have to watch Dallas because there was nothing else to do.
There's a time, and I think this is a time again, where people want to see family relationships. They want to see family dynamics. They want to get involved in a family and have the yumminess of talking about it the next day. They want that.
And Dallas, not only internationally, but culturally. And that's the part. People who, I can understand English-speaking countries liking a certain show that comes from America, but translated into every language you can imagine, and there are fanatical followers in Indonesia and in places that you think, really? I went to Bali with my wife for our anniversary once, and because of the wonderful climate, houses are just, roofs and posts, and there's a TV there, and Dallas is on. And I'm thinking, wow, really?
I think it really just has to do with great storytelling and great performances. I think people are always going to respond to those two things. And maybe a little to do with the fact that, it made light of being part of a dysfunctional family, and I think almost anybody can relate to that.
I think that it's heightened circumstances. I think it's really fun to watch family drama. I think everyone can relate to having some kind of weird dysfunctional family. I think all that wealth in Dallas was, when I watched it, I just loved watching all the relationships.
The thing that makes these characters so interesting to watch is they are fighting for loyalty and love and fortune, and there is sibling rivalry, and everybody just wants a slice of their pie. And sometimes, the JRs of the world want a little bigger slice, and that causes problems. And I think they're current themes that will always be epic because they're human themes. It's like what we all want. We all want love. We want success. We want to be seen and appreciated. We want our own power. I think it's great, and they're just played out in a bigger field, and everything in Texas is big. So with the Ewings, it's just a little bit bigger.